And welcome to Redmen TV. It's Jonathan here with the player ratings after a wonderful 7-0. Yes, I did say 7-0 victory over Moscow. And yes, we're all in good spirits. There's a lot of high rankings players here, as you can imagine. And I'll start off. We'll run through the team here. In goal, the Champions League goalkeeper, that's Karius. Didn't really have a lot to do. Anything that he'd have to do, he did relatively pretty well. Maybe in one little moment where he went tearing out the pitch in the first half. But it's probably him just being bored. And a handful of saves that you had, did it. Moved the ball pretty quickly. Did what he had to do, really. He's probably just being generous, so he gets a 7. Right back then, it's Gomez. Again, did what he has to do. I'm probably going to say that a lot about the back four. Solid. Wasn't really much of a huge outlet going forward because he didn't need to be, because it was just the 4 players up front just kept bombing forward, but wasn't exposed really. Played a little bit then in centre half towards the end, where a lot of people see as his best position. But yeah, look, a decent night out, no trouble whatsoever, and he gets a 7 as well. Then in Lovren, centre of defence. Again, anything that he had to do, and I'm pretty much going to repeat myself for all of the back 4 here. Anything that he had to do, he did. Never any moment where we felt in doubt or felt troubled, or there was no mistakes or anything like that. So Lovren gets a 7 as well. As does Clavin. I'll make it easy. Two centre halves. Moved the ball pretty quickly for the time that he had to. Always brings a nice bit of balance when he's on the left side, just with the left footer. Yeah, look, did what he had to do, and as I said, he gets a 7. On to poor old Moreno. Again, like little Gomez, wasn't really in the game a lot because he didn't have to be at the start. Did what he had to do. Unfortunately, really, with the ankle injury, and we'll have to see how he progresses with that. I'd say, judging by his reaction leaving the pitch, he probably knows something isn't right here, and that he might be a big struggle for the weekend, for the big derby. But yeah, just because he went off a little early, I'll give Moreno a 6. On to midfield then. We had Chan sitting. Yeah, look, again, it's very difficult to rate him. He pressed hard. Aggressive in the tackle. Sometimes the referee, I thought he was unfortunate with that yellow card. Was dominant in midfield, controlled the base of that midfield, kept things moving over. Didn't really, apart from maybe once or twice, didn't really do his usual slow down the ball a lot. But no, decent performance. You couldn't fault him. His job was there to keep things flowing forward and get the ball forward to the attacking players, and he did that. Chan gets a 7. Genie, I was really, really, really impressed with Genie, I have to say again. It's that all energy, the amount of times that he came back, he was running forward and then he comes back and wins the ball and, shields the ball pretty well. I love the way he just gets stuck into a tackle and, just almost gets the arse in the way and just wiggles out of it and just wins the ball back. There was a couple of moments in the first half where we're charging forward, he comes back and he tears back, wins the ball back, and it's little things like that he does, kind of almost unknown. Again, like Chan, controls the midfield, never really in doubt at any stage. Genie gets a 7 as well. Onto the left side of the midfield, and it's a certain Felipe Coutinho. What can you say, folks? Magic night. Absolute magic night. Hat-trick, wore the captain's armband, kept things going. Some beautiful finishes. Some of the attacking, I almost have to rate the whole attacking. That Fab Four, you kind of almost have to rate them together because they are like a well-oiled unit. There's so much interplay. There's so much movement together. They're like they've played together for absolutely years, and it's an absolute joy to watch. And you cannot not be excited by watching them and watching them break forward. How many times, especially in the first half, did you see the 4 of those almost tripping over each other just to charge forward? And like Coutinho, what can you say? A hat-trick in the Champions League in a must-win game, and I'm going to go all out. And Coutinho gets a 10 for me, man of the match. A wonderful, wonderful performance from the little Brazilian. Manny on the other side, again, you run out of things to say about these players. They're so good together, such an attacking unit. And we are so blessed to have them. Again, his energy, watch the way he shields himself running through tackles, the aggression, the little bit of flicks and stuff. Even the way to take his goal, the way he kind of drags his foot back to scoop it over. Some of the play that he does is just out of this world, and just another wonderful performance where we needed our big players tonight to step forward, to win us the game, to get us qualification, and they all stood up, and that's the most pleasing thing. Manny, another excellent performance, and Manny gets a 9. Up top then, where we played the two, Salah, took a little while, but he got his goal. But, again, another beautiful performance. Some of the flicks and some of the little flicks that he got, the back heels, the little movement, the changes of point of attack, the sprint and the pressure, the pressure that they put on that defence. And like that Moscow defence is in absolute ribbons going home on that flight back home. And it just smashed them to bits. The way he kind of kept stretching, running out to the right wing in the first half, and doubling up on the left full back, and you had Manny coming as well. And then the goal itself, he took it beautifully. The little flick back to drag back to get it onto his right foot, and it was the goal everyone was waiting for. Despite we had 6 others, everyone was waiting for Salah. Another goal, what can you say about the guy? Another wonderful performance, and Salah gets a 9 as well. Bobby up front, delighted he got his goal, and delighted that he showed a bit of instinct finish, the way he just tucks the ball in with the outside of his foot. Some of the movement that I'm speaking about all the players in this way. The movement, the pressure that they put on, the amount of times that he comes back and wins the ball back, the harassing that he does on the defence, on the keeper. How he's willing just to pass the ball away, not just being this glory hunter, to take the right pass for the team. And again, and I wouldn't swap Bobby for any striker in the Premiership at the moment, and the way he fits into that system is wonderful. Another beautiful, beautiful performance. And like the rest of them, Bobby gets a 9 as well for me. Onto the subs. Millie came on a little early, just before half time. I think he got 2 assists. It was a beautiful, beautiful one straight away for Manny. The little cross into the box, and then Manny tucks it away beautifully. He had didn't really have a lot defensive to do, but did his job right, and probably just gets a 7 just because of those couple of assists. Trent that came on at right back. Gomez moved into the middle. He was unlucky to give away 1 free kick. He had an excellent tackle, one away. Didn't really have a lot to do. Probably just got a 6. He's hard enough to rate him for the length he's on. Sturridge was on a little longer. I think he gets an assist for the Manny goal. Usually he would have smashed that. Interesting to note as well, even playing on the right. He had a smile on his face. He didn't sulk at any stage. And probably unlucky not to get on the score sheet himself. There was one where they were kind of whizzed back and he flicked it over. Decent performance. Did what he has to do, and he probably gets a 7. And that was just a wonderful, wonderful night's football. And I can't wait to watch that game back again. Watch that game back again, and just to enjoy that 4 up front, especially. Just watch them charge together, and I won't be able to stop raving about them. But that's it, folks. That's the player ratings after a wonderful 7-0 victory over Moscow. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Redmen TV, and we will talk to you all very soon. Up the Reds!